Hi guys, so I put up this recipe on my Instagram account and I got quite a few requests on how to make it. Well, dolmades is actually a Mediterranean / Greek recipe for stuffed vine leaves. I know lots of other countries in the Mediterranean have their own version of it, but I have a Greek recipe that I actually got from an old boss. She was kind enough to give me the recipe, and that's the recipe I've been using since, I don't know, a long time ago. A long ago, before all of you little kids were born. Anyways, I know that there's a lot of different varieties and different versions, but this is my favorite version because it's quite rich and it's got quite a really meaty sauce which tastes amazing. Okay, let's begin. For this recipe you will need some mince. I'm using beef mince, some mint, some dill. I made this recipe a couple of days ago, so I've still got like enough dill left over, but I wouldn't recommend using old sad dill. Use fresh ones. Onions, garlic, salt, pepper, rice, and of course your stuffed vine leaves. I'm using the brine version, but if you get them frozen, just sit them in hot water so that they're easier to fold. And another point is with your rice, I would use short grain, but I can't find short grain here. I've looked everywhere apart from risotto rice, which is not really good for this. I can't really find just regular short grain, so I'm using just cheap long grain rice. The cheaper the better. If it's the kind of rice that doesn't cook too quickly and stays a little bit hard, that's perfect for this. So first things first, you're going to want to dice your onions and your garlic. So I'm using about 2 cloves of garlic. I would definitely save one because that goes on top of the dolmades after you've rolled them up. Okay, so 2 go in, 1 stays out. That's how I always remember it. If you don't like garlic, then 1 goes in, 1 stays out. I don't know why, I love garlic. So yeah, just ignore me and my little bit of garlic obsession. I think about that much mint and dill is okay, and the rest I'll use for my tea. You'll actually be quite surprised at how easy and how quick it is to make this. You just need to chop up about 4 ingredients and put it together, and then you're done. Okay, so next add in a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. I've got this heaped teaspoon, and I've got giant rock salt, so I'm using about, this is 5 ml, so yeah, about 5 ml, but heaped. And about half a teaspoon of pepper. I'm using peppercorns, and that goes in as well. Pounding really gets the stress out. I think I still buy rock salt and peppercorns because I really like to unwind. Next, add in your mince. I'm using about 250 grams of mince and roughly about half the size of that of rice. I don't even measure it anymore, I just sort of throw it in bit by bit and see how well it mixes. I think that's actually the trick to it. So once you've mixed in your rice, you add in a healthy dollop of olive oil. So for this next bit, you will need patience of the gods. Keep trying, even if you don't roll it properly the first time, it doesn't matter. You can do it. Eventually, you'll be a pro, you won't even think about it. Rolling is not my forte. So before we begin, and to avoid confusion, I just want to say that this bit is the inside and this waxy bit is the outside. The filling goes inside and gets wrapped around. Okay. This one's not really that good, to be honest, to use, but I'll show you anyway because I don't like to waste them. So you take a little bit of your mince, squeeze it. The olive oil will really help it bind together. And I put it in the middle, like so. And place it in the middle. And you fold it through. Then you fold it across. And that's it. I usually just squeeze this bit in and then you roll. I'm actually doing it one-handed now, so you can see that it's pretty simple. This one's a lot better than the first one I did, so let's try again. So you take some of your mince, you just squeeze it and stick it at the top. So you fold over. I'm going to fold from the right first. So the right comes over, just sort of poke it there. Then the left comes over. And then a little bit more of the right bit comes over. And then the left again. And then just twist. Oh, this is ripped, no. See, when that happens, you just need to take off your meat. I've got too much meat. So that's fine, that's actually perfect, because it shows you some of them aren't in mint condition, as it were. So yeah, we just do the same thing again. So right goes over, then left goes over, then right goes over again. So there's a left, and you just squeeze. I get a bit greedy sometimes and try and add in like bigger and bigger pieces, but it's not going to work. So it doesn't matter if it's not jam-packed with mince. I actually think it's a little bit better because it tastes nicer, so you can really get the flavour of the vine leaves. So now that that's finished rolling, the final step is to put it in my pot. Unless you have enough to fill up the whole pot, I like to lie mine flat. Okay, so to cook your vine leaves, you will need some salt, the garlic that you cut up before, the last one glove, and a can of tinned tomatoes. To weigh it down, you can either use a plate, or you can use what I'm using, which is my sieve. I'm just going to put that on top, and as you can see, it stays in and nothing is going to move. And a bowl, and that's going to weight it down. Alright, so I'm losing light, but it is done. I made some pickle, just some pesto salad, and I have my stuffed vine leaves. I've already eaten 5. I've already eaten 5. So I put one on a plate to look all nice and sprucey, but just know that I really gorged myself on it. So yeah, I've got my cup of tea with my mint leaf. It's like my mint spoon. And yeah, it's dinner time. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a comment or subscribe and tell me how you got along. Good night.